Hello everyone, Rob Perry from CRM Champion here. Today I'd like to bring your attention to something which catches a lot of Zoho users out, the difference between Zoho One and Zoho CRM. Many people, in fact most people I know, refer to the Zoho suite of platforms as Zoho CRM and not Zoho One. And they don't do this without good reason. CRM, or Customer Relationship Management, was where it all started for Zoho, along with many other leaders in the business management software space, and Zoho CRM had been around for about 12 years before Zoho launched Zoho One, which is essentially just a subscription bundle which includes Zoho CRM along with over 50 additional apps, including Zoho Social, Zoho Sign, Zoho Books, Zoho Campaigns, Zoho Marketing Automation, Zoho Survey, Zoho Analytics, and so on. But seriously though, Zoho One is a low-cost gateway to probably the most powerful suite of business management tools available to small, medium and even larger enterprises. In good time, we aim to produce training courses on the integrational functionality of all of the Zoho One platforms we use, and specifically how Zoho CRM sits at the core of this ecosystem and delivers high value to your customers and your business. Anyway, enough of the history and aggrandizing for now. One of the downsides of all this functionality is the confusion caused by all the terminology and closely aligned platform interfaces. So let's have a look at the two interfaces in question, Zoho One and Zoho CRM. Like all challenges in software, it starts with access, so I just wanted to go down a short rabbit hole to highlight how we manage access. Bearing in mind that some of our people are working on 4 or 5 customer or internal platforms at any one time, we will set up a separate Google guest profile, crucially with a varying color system for each of the CRMs we're working on. We'll cover this in another lesson, but I just wanted to show you for now that we always add a shortcut in dedicated Google account profile to Zoho One and to Zoho CRM. Now, I haven't logged in as yet, and you'll be able to see that there is a difference in the URL addresses. So you can see for Zoho One, we've got Zoho service name equals Zoho One, and for Zoho CRM, we have got service name equals Zoho CRM. And then you can see down in the sign in overlays dialog boxes, we have got CRM referenced here, and we've got Zoho One referenced here. If you're a subscriber to Zoho One, then it doesn't matter which portal you enter your credentials into, you will be signed in to both. I'll go ahead and sign in to Zoho One now, and although you can't see it, we manage all of our passwords are using Zoho Vault, which is part of the Zoho One package, and again, yes, we'll cover that in another lesson. So following it to sign in to Zoho One, you can see I'm also signed in to the Zoho CRM by default, and in fact this one sign in will sign you into all Zoho One applications with the exception of Zoho Vault, which has an additional layer of authentication for obvious reasons. The URL is the primary indicator of where you happen to be, and as you can see, Zoho One begins one.zoho.eu and CRM begins crm.zoho.eu. And as well as the Google shortcut I demonstrated earlier, this can also be an agent of change. If you've opened up the CRM portal and you want to switch over to Zoho One, then just enter one.zoho.eu into a new browser window, and that will take you to the Zoho One portal home page. And that has done something interesting that I should cover here. The shortcut that I've saved for our Zoho One login actually includes the element for taking us to the CRM homepage within the Zoho One portal. And that is because that is invariably where we want to start our journey. As you can see, both CRM and Zoho One here have dashboards on their home page, but for our customers and ourselves, we tend to use CRM to render reports even when they're pulled from another Zoho app or even an external data source. We have got none of that dynamism in this demo system. But whilst we could do that in Zoho One, we could render reports here. Zoho One does not tend to be the place where business admin in the sense of managing external services happens, so we do not tend to render operational reports here. So for the minute, I will keep open the Zoho CRM homepage and the Zoho One homepage, which is, as I said, is opened through to the Zoho One CRM. You can see how this creates confusion, but essentially, let's pop them over. This is Zoho One. You're looking at Zoho CRM through Zoho One, and this is just straight into Zoho CRM. Again, you've got that URL there, identifying the two different locations. So to demonstrate the differences from a graphical sense, I'm going to compare the Zoho CRM homepage with the Zoho One portal wrapped CRM homepage. They're very similar with just a few notable differences. So both of them display a module menu on the left-hand side, and they render the main graphical window in the same way. As you can see in the CRM, we've got the module menu and we've got the graphic window here in the center as well. They are different in the way that in Zoho One, the headline modules render in a black header menu across the top: reports, analytics, my requests, marketplace. And over in the CRM, we've got them on a menu on the left hand side: reports, analytics, requests, marketplace. Search is also global search is also rendered here on the CRM, and in One it's actually over here. This is the same for the associated features, such as let's go over here. Let's go to the CRM to look at these. So search, as I said, is up here. We've got the add new shortcut, which means you can add records to each of the modules from here rather than going into those modules. You've got calendar, you've got signals, and you've got the setup menu on the left hand side as well. I don't want to get into these features now, but what I will say is that, as with the old user interface, which was a version before this one, accessing chat support, which is in my opinion the best Zoho support, is far easier in CRM than it is in One. In CRM, I just click on my profile picture and I have got this option to chat with us. I click that and it pulls up a chat window. Very simple. But if I go over to One and I click my profile picture there, you'll see I've got no support options at all there. Now there is a need support at the bottom here, but if I click that, you can see that there is no chat option. You've got talk to us, write to us, knowledge base and community. As I said, chat, I think, certainly my preferred method of accessing Zoho support. And maybe at this point you think, well, maybe chat support isn't included for Zoho One like it is in Zoho CRM. You can see here we're in the classic plan. If I go to upgrade, you can see here that it says in the classic plan I should be getting 8 hours of chat support Monday to Friday. It should be included, but as I say, very difficult to access from Zoho One. So other Zoho One users, if you can tell me in the comments where I can find chat support through the Zoho One interface, I'll add an addendum to this lesson and name check you for your diligence. Okay, so let's continue with the differences. How to access other apps from the Zoho One suite in the Zoho One portal. I do that by hovering over the pop-out menu on the left and clicking on the app I need. I can also use the same process to add apps I haven't added yet to my ecosystem. So they would be in unassigned apps there, and I can click here and add them there. So quite simple. In the CRM view, I use this matrix symbol underneath my profile picture on the bottom left, and an overlay pops up showing my installed apps and other apps I'm yet to incorporate. And I do like this method through the CRM because by default the apps open in another browser window, meaning I don't lose track of my original location. So coming up there, I can also get to the Zoho One portal directory page, albeit with a slightly different GUI, by clicking on Admin Panel in the top right of this overlay. I'll do that. This brings up the Zoho One directory panel, albeit with a slightly different GUI from the Zoho One. So if I do that now, if I go to the directory icon in Zoho One, you'll see that it's very similar. You've got the same central window and you've got the same menu on the left, but it just renders slightly differently. Again, helps you to recognize which platform you're accessing it from. So let's go into the Zoho One directory. So without going into too much detail, we'll talk briefly now about what you can do from the Zoho One directory. You can add and edit your organization details as well as your organization's users. You can add applications and you can assign users to those applications. You can add admins, company admins for the Zoho One platform itself. You can set up internal groups and departments. You can manage your company's domains. You can manage how app assignment is configured. You can manage general security policies. You can manage internal and external devices in a Microsoft 365 type way, and you can integrate external services mainly around software access and HR management. You can also integrate creator apps and telephone services, again more about this in other lessons, and you can also access a standard suite of security reports. So just looking at sign in activity, that's one of a number that you can view from within the directory. There will be much more to come covering Zoho CRM and Zoho One. If you're feeling the need to scale your business using some of the most intuitive and accessible software on the market, then please head over to crmchampion.com and submit an inquiry via our enquiry page.